Hello. Hi everyone, good evening and welcome to the class. Can all of you hear me? Can all of you hear me? Asiya, Rajiv, Sanobar, Akshata, Monachin, Rezi. Okay, fine. So, good evening to all of you and welcome to IMTS and thank you for coming to the class. So, the topic that we are going to learn today is business process re-engineering. So, let's start with the class. Can all of you see the PPT I have uploaded on the board with the head with the name business process re-engineering? Okay, good. So let's start. Let's take a look at this cartoon and let's see what it's trying to convey. What good is technology if it takes 6 seconds to send a message but 6 months to get someone to act on it? Now, what do we mean by the term business process? Let's see. A business process is a collection of activities which together produce something of value to a customer. For example, customer order entry. Now, if you see this flow chart, here we have a block with the name process customer order, right? And in that, the customer gives their order, right? Resources are checked, materials are provided. As a result, we get goods and material order. So we are inputting three things: the materials, the resources, and the customer order. The customer which gives the order and the materials which are required for preparing that order is the material, and the manpower is the resources. And as a result, we will get the goods and the material orders. Now, there is a term called re-engineering. Engineering all of us are familiar with, but there is a term called re-engineering. Re-engineering is the fundamental rethinking and radical redesign of business process to achieve dramatic improvements in critical contemporary measures of performance such as cost, quality, service, and speed. Okay, Mohammed Shahbaz has joined. Mohammed Shahbaz, good evening. Welcome to the class. Can you hear me? Not able to hear me. Okay, anyways, so we are discussing about re-engineering. So we can see the block diagram, right? In the block diagram, we see a redesign process. So what are the inputs required? The business strategies, the goals. We also need the modeling and analysis tools, and we also need the state-of-the-art information. As a result, we get the new resource. Okay, let's see some more points about re-engineering. One second, let me write it down. Yeah. Okay, let me write it in the whiteboard. Can you see? This is the definition part, and this is the points part. Okay, let's see the definition of business process reengineering. Business process reengineering involves the examination and redesign of business processes and workflows in your organization. A business process is a set of related work activities that are performed by by employees to achieve business goals. Basically, a business process is the way we perform our work, and business process re-engineering is the process of changing the way we do our work, so we do it better to accomplish the goals of our business. So business process re-engineering is applied in the system of the organization to improve the whole system, right, to accomplish the goals of our organization. Why engage in business process re-engineering? The idea behind business process re-engineering is to make your company more flexible, more responsive, more efficient, and more effective for all the stakeholders, including the customers, the employees, and owners. Right? So this is what we are trying to achieve as an organization with the help of business process re-engineering. In order for business process re-engineering to work, your business must be willing to make the following changes. Now, what all changes do we need to make in the system for business process re-engineering to be effective? Number one, change the focus from a management focus to a customer focus. The boss is not the boss, the customer is the boss, right? This is the first change. Second, empower your workers that are involved in each process to have decision making and ownership in the process. Number three, change your focus from managing activities to focusing on results. Number four, get away from scorekeeping and focus on leading and teaching so employees can measure their own results. Number five, change the company's orientation from a functional orientation to a process or cross-functional orientation. This allows for an increase in organizational knowledge among its members and a greater degree of flexibility in accomplishing the tasks. This was the fifth change that we need to make in the organization. Okay, few more students have joined. Let's see. Joe and Seher has joined. Good evening to both of you and welcome to IMTS. Today we are studying about business process re-engineering. So we are just discussing the basics of business process re-engineering. Okay. The sixth point, move from serial operations to concurrent operations. In other words, multitask instead of just doing one thing at a time. So for implementing the business process re-engineering, it is expected from your employees to take up multiple tasks instead of just focusing on one task at a time. Number 7, get rid of overly complex and convoluted process in favor of simple. So instead of having complex and convoluted process, try to keep the process simple, streamlined process. Use the KISS principle, that is, keep it simple and stupid. Right, so here they are trying to convey the information that always keep your organization process as simple as possible so that anyone can easily understand. Number 8, and the last point, stop trying to build an empire and protect the status quo, but rather invent a new system and processes that looks towards the future. Right, so here they are trying to make a point that instead of having a very big empire, build an empire and protect the status quo, but rather invent new systems. So always try to look for innovations in your organization and try to create new process whose goals are to focus on the future. So these are the 8 points for why we engage in business process re-engineering. Clear, everyone? If anyone has any doubts, you can ask me. So this is the definition, and this is why we engage in business process re-engineering. If anyone has any questions, you can ask. Otherwise, I will proceed. Okay, Monachin, Rajiv says clear. Bowell says clear. Okay, Seher, what about you? Joe, Asya, Sanobar, Akshata, Lazy. Okay, so the sense of the class is that it's clear to everyone, so I'm proceeding. So this was the definition that I was discussing. Now a question arises: what to re-engineer? I just gave the answer in my explanation a few minutes back. Can anyone tell me what to re-engineer in business process re-engineering? I just answered in my explanation a few minutes back. Let's see who answers the question. Yes, everyone, please please attempt. Process. Very good. The style of work. Okay, to some extent, crazy. Redesign. Okay. Audio, please. Can all of you hear me clearly? Because Bowell cannot hear me clearly. Please respond in the chat box. Okay, others can hear me. Bowell, can you hear me clearly? Because other students can hear me clearly. Yes or no? Bowell. Okay, he's relogging anyways. So let's see what to re-engineer. Okay, as said by one of the students, the process, correct. Business, here we are using the short abbreviation for business process re-engineering, that is BPR. So BPR changes the process, and let's see what else it changes. Not the functions, departments, geographies or tasks. So its main focus is on the process. The process the organization follows, or the approach the organization follows. Okay, Bowell has rejoined. Bowell, can you hear me now clearly? You can respond to me in the chat box. Bowell, can you hear me? Bowell, can you hear me now? I don't know, he's having some audio problem. I don't. Okay, Mohammed Shafwan has joined. Mohammed Shafwan, good evening. Welcome to IIMTS. Can you hear me? Today we are discussing a topic, business process re-engineering. Anyways, let's continue. Okay. I am fine, Mohammed Shafwan. Thank you for asking. Hope you are doing good too. Okay. Now let's try to understand the basic meaning of the term re-engineering. Right? Most of us confuse with the word re-engineering means reorganizing, but it's not reorganizing. Okay, Bowell can hear me now. Fine, thank you. So re-engineering is not reorganizing the structure of the organization. Let's see what it is. Re-engineering is modifying how an organization is structured, and redesigning an organization's business process are two different things. An organizational structure should be designed so that it best supports the redesigned business process. Re-strategizing the process. Yes, correct. Very good. Re-engineering is not downsizing either. Downsizing focuses on the reduction of the employees or the reduction of the workforce to achieve short-term cost savings. But re-engineering does not mean firing the employees from the organization, or forcing the employees to resign. It is not that. Downsizing focuses on the reduction of workforce to achieve short-term cost savings. Re-engineering, on the other hand, focuses on rethinking from the ground up, finding more efficient ways of working, including eliminating work that is unnecessary. So here, instead of eliminating the employees, BPR helps in BPR helps in finding the unnecessary work, right? And then the focuses on eliminating such work. Okay, so are these 2 points clear to everyone? If anyone has any doubts, you can ask. Okay, Rajiv says clear, Monachan says yes. Okay. Now let's see the reasons for re-engineering. In the old era, from the old era and the new era point of view. In the old era, we have a high demand, but now we have a high competition. In old era, we have efficiency control, but now we need innovation, speed, service, and quality. So you can see the difference between the old era and new era. So for achieving high competition, right, or to stick in the market along with your competitors, we need re-engineering from time to time. Also, instead of only efficiency control, we need to find the innovative ways to speed up our service and quality service, which is also very important to make a mark in the market. So these are the reasons for re-engineering. Let's take a look at few examples. Now, all of us are familiar with the company Ford, right? Ford produces cars, four-wheelers. Ford's accounts payable process. Accounts payable is a accounting process used in the financing department. I hope all of you are familiar with accounts payable, with the term accounts payable. Yes or no? Okay, Shafwan says yes, Monachin says yes. What about others? Rezi says yes. Okay, Shahbaz also says yes, fine. So majority of you are familiar, fine. So Ford's accounts payable process was slow and cumbersome until. Now let's see what happened. The earlier process and after applying the business process re-engineering, how things changes. So this is the purchasing section, right? They get the purchase order from the clients, and then they forward that order to the vendor. Right, and then vendor manufactures those products of which the order has come. Right, so here the goods are receiving, and then the receiving documents are sent to the accounts payable department. Okay, so what I was saying is that from vendor the goods are sent, and then the receiving documents are sent to the accounts payable team, right? And also from vendor the invoice also reaches the accounts payable team, and the purchasing team also sends the copy of purchase order to the accounts payable team. Now, more than 500 accounts payables clerk match purchase orders, receiving documents and invoices, and then issues the payment. So here the mismatches were a common problem. Right, now let's see how we have overcome this problem. So is this part clear to you? What was the exact problem? Seher says yes. What about others? Have others understood the problem in this example? See, they have written. So all the three departments are sending the documents to one common account payable department, as a result of which there is a mismatch. Okay. Now Ford re-engineered the process. Now it's fast and efficient. So now let's see what they did. This is the purchasing team which takes the orders from their clients. Then this purchase order is again sent to the vendor, which send it to the receiving team. Now who, instead of sending the document, they store the information in the database, and this purchasing team also stored the data in the database. And here this account payable person can access the information in his system. He can access whatever information he needs from his system. It is a computerized process now. Right, now see what they have written. The new process cuts head count in accounts payable by 75%. Now only one person is required over here. Eliminates the invoices and improves the accuracy. Matching is computerized. Now here the matching is computerized, right? So the chance of a mismatch is very less. Clear everyone how things improves with the implementation of re-engineering in the organization? Okay, just read these 5 points. I'm just coming in a minute. Read these 5 points. The benefits of re-engineering. Okay, I am back. Can all of you hear me? Okay. So now let's see the benefits of re-engineering. The reward of re-engineering are many, including number one, empowering the employee. So it means that we are giving more powers to our employees. Number two, eliminating the waste, unnecessary management overhead and obsolete or inefficient process. So here, with the help of re-engineering, we are also eliminating the unwanted work which is not required. Number three, producing often significant reductions in cost and cycle at times. So, like in the last example, you have seen that in the account payable department earlier we were having 3 employees, but once we introduced the computerized process, only one person is required. As a result of which, two unnecessary employees are not required. Right. So so those persons can be reused in some other department. As a result of which, cost saving is done. Number four, enabling revolutionary improvements in many business process as measured by quality and customer service. So it also helps in the improvement process, revolutionary improvement process, which were not made earlier. Number five, helping top organizations stay on top and low achievers to become effective competitors. So, from a market competition point of view, it helps in regaining the market value, and also for startup companies, it helps them to grow more quickly. So these are the 5 benefits of re-engineering. Clear, everyone? Any doubts? Okay. So let's see business process re-engineering. The number of firms is increased to close because of inefficiency to inward looking and inflexibility. Similar changes occurred in developed and developing nations also, and still facing a similar challenge. For example, Ford Motor Company faced business extension at one time and found the paths to renewed success and inspires others. Business process, business re-engineering. process through which the continuous success and survival is indicated by Americans. This is the basic definition of business re-engineering I already discussed. To change the process, nothing new in this. Re-engineering imperative in USA. Japanese paradigm. One second. Actually, these are the history of re-engineering in different countries. It is not much important. One second, let me check the syllabus. Okay, we have history and development of business process re-engineering. Fine, this is in your course. Yeah. We have one subtopic, business and history of re-engineering. Okay, so let's see about re-engineering, how it started in US. Yeah. The business climate made re-engineering necessary in the United States. US gave great industrial philosophers like Adam Smith and Henry Ford, but at one time their business was also in trouble. This situation arises because of the three main reasons. They are: number one, the assembly line model of production where customer waited in line for delivery. Now see here in the first point they are trying to make that with the company Henry Ford. Assembly line model means the retailers collect all the parts of the four-wheeler from the company and then they assemble it at their workshops. Right. So for getting those parts, they have to be in the line for a very long period of time. Batch process, yeah. Now see what they have written over here. Where customers waited in line for delivery. So this is one of the drawbacks. Number two, competition within the country is very low. Number three, global competition was largely non-existent. So for a healthy market, it is very important to have a competitive market. So these are the three reasons or the three problems for which re-engineering is important. Re-engineering concept is important. So to recover from this situation, Ford changed from their production supremacy to supplier primacy. Right. So the company Ford, instead of focusing more on the production, they started focusing more on the supplying parts of their vehicles when the Model T Ford released in the market. So this was the history of how re-engineering was started in US with the company Ford. Right? Henry Ford said, Henry Ford is the owner of Ford company, I will give the customer any color of car he wants, so long as it's black. Now after the World War, Japanese organizations entered into America. Japanese were too smart. They moved small market into world market with extraordinary quality and manufacturing philosophy. They cut out unnecessary waste such as safety stock inventories, multiple suppliers, external inspection, high quality, low cost in regular basis. Now we have a competitor of food, right? Because competitive market is very important, right? So to achieve the goal of having a competitive market, the Japanese entered into the market, right? So they further upgraded the re-engineering process and eliminated all these processes, right? Because they feel that they are unnecessary, right? Because they have a great belief on their quality of their product. Japanese paradigm. Now, US US adopted the Japanese paradigm because of now the US people like the Japanese model, so they adopted their model. Now let's see why they adopted. Number one, they recognize that economy of scale is not as important as economy of time. So the entire approach was to be flexible and respond quickly to changing customer needs, right? So the Japanese people focuses more on the customer's requirement. Number two, they opted for flexibility and multi-skilling techniques in work culture, and this created the ability to respond. Right, so Japanese only started the multi-skilling technique, right? That one employee will needs to be multi-skilled. That is, discard old and narrow focus to new innovations in work. Number three, customers' response become the primary objective rather than the growth alone. So the feedback from the customers were also considered, unlike earlier. So this is the Japanese paradigm of re-engineering which the US people adopted. Clear everyone? Any doubts? Okay. Now let's see the re-engineering scenario in Europe. Right, how it started in Europe. Europe means all the Germans, Finland, that comes in Europe. In Europe, quiet transformations are taking place vitally. For example, lubricants division of a large oil company has cut its order delivery time to 40%. That is from 6 weeks to vitally. Vitally means very important. Exact term. Vitally means it is very important for its existence, necessary to the existence, or the continuation of anything, of any process. Right, let me write it down in the chat box. Necessary to the existence. Fine, Nazrullah Khan. Okay. So, lubricants division of a large oil company has cut its order delivery time to 40%. Right. There is some oil company who wants the order to be completed in 19 days instead of 6 weeks. Right. Eliminated $200 millions in inventory and doubled its profit. It aims in overall reduction in operating expense to 35%. Right. So this was the first example. Let's take a look at example number 2. There is another company, Rover Car Company. It aims to fulfill 90% of customers' orders. He used around 9 key business processes. New product introduction, only European car maker to reverse the falling output and sales trends during first 5 months of 1993. Now see, all these achievements of mentioned in both the examples are only possible after re-engineering. Okay. Imperative in India. The first country realized the value of destruction and destroyer, quality competitions by ISO 9000 and total quality management, computerization of process. Imperative. See here, imperative means necessity, necessary. Right, so I was just checking the meaning of imperative. Let me see. Necessary. Why it is necessary in India? Right, so the first country realized the value of destruction and destroyer. Quality competitions by ISO 9000 and total quality management. Computerization of process. Many reasons for lacking. Number one, blaming. Why it is lacking in India, right? So these are the 4 reasons. Blaming technology by system professionals, right? So the professionals keep on blaming instead of trying to have a positive thinking. Users blame and system professionals. Consultant blames all others, right? So they keep on blaming each other, that it is not very helpful thing. Global environment is pulling Indian organizations into customer orientation, quick response time, quality imperatives like means quality. Quality is very important. It is very much necessary. And cost minimization. Conclusions. Environmental pull, technology push, and economic liberalization. These are the reasons why it is very much important in India. Clear, everyone? This is all just history of the engineering process. Let's see few more points. Can't do redefine their mission and objectives. Clinically reassess the key business process, achieve improvements in process efficiency and effectiveness through business process reengineering. Now all these companies started: HP, Hewlett Packard, Pepsi, Abroad, and Federal Express. So let's see some further history in Indian organizations. Instances of re-engineering in Indian organizations. In the year 1997, major business process re-engineering in customer ordering services functions was introduced. Manufacturing and marketing, organizing market research once in 6 months to know customer feedback on their products and general view on market needs. Performance levels of 3 major processes. Number 1, customer orders. Number 2, customer service. Number 3, customer feedback. 3 points of customers. Number 1, sales executive, then installation technician, and then market researchers. Right. So their first this DPR was first used in all these sectors. Leasing and financing company, manufacturing company, and newspapers publisher. So they also started the re-engineering process in 1997. Right. So this was the last slide, I think. Yeah. So in India it started in January 1997. So that is all regarding this topic, right? It's much of a theoretical topic, right? So if anyone has any questions, you can ask me regarding what we have covered today. Any questions anyone has regarding BPR, business process re-engineering? Yes or no? Please respond. Okay, Rajiv says no, Malachan says no. Okay, so we can wind up the class now since no one has any questions. Right, so thank you very much for attending my class. Right, see you next week because I don't have any class tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Right, so see you on 1st of December. So good night everyone. Take care all of you. Bye bye. See you on Monday.